Let's make our picks for Sunday. Browns at Lions, 1 o'clock, Ford Field in Detroit. Do a storyline, make our pick. I'll go ahead and go first. My storyline here is the Browns kind of trying to prove it. Obviously, they were believers before they beat the Packers. They're certainly believers now after they beat the Packers. And while a few people certainly took notice, it raised some eyebrows. The difference between just pulling an upset in September or people really saying, hey, now this team might be for real, it's winning this game on Sunday. So let's see kind of how the Browns build on that Packers win. Let's see if they're able to kind of say, hey, pay attention to us. We're not the team you thought we were coming into the season. They get a chance to prove it this week. All of that said, I am picking the Lions. I'm not picking them to cover. I think it's going to be a competitive game. I think Detroit wins at 21-15. Ashley, what about you?
Well, for my storyline, since we talked about this Browns defense defending the run, I think the other important part of it is, can this Browns defense keep it a low scoring game? I do think that's going to be key. And look, the only other time this season, in a very small sample size of 3 games, that the Lions have faced an elite defense, it was week 1 against the Packers, and they only scored 13 points versus the combined 90 points they had over the last 2 games. So I think keeping it close is going to be key. I think after what John Morton said, this defense is going to be very fired up and play with their hair on fire. I think they're going to build on what they did with the Packers. So for podcast listeners, I'm not changing my pick even after sleeping on it. I'm going to pick the Browns upset here and go Cleveland 18-16.
All right, Mary Kay, your storyline and your pick.
That's a very, very bold pick, Ashley, but hey, it paid off for Dan in week 1. So I am not making a bold pick today. I do think that it's going to be incumbent upon the Browns offense to score some points against this Lions defense. I think they're going to be at home. They're going to be fired up. We know what their coach is all about. We know he's getting them prepared to face a team that is underrated by so many in the NFL. And I think they're going to be really, really ready to play. Once again, this is a team that has scored 90 points over just the last 2 weeks. They've compiled over 900 yards. And the Browns are going to have to somehow score some points. Can Joe Flacco do this with a challenging tackle situation? I think it can be very, very tricky this weekend. So I'm not really feeling it. And I do think that there will be a little bit of a margin of victory there for the Lions. I'm going Lions 27, Browns 17.
And if you've made it this long in the video, just one thing to know about the Detroit Lions and Ford Field, it is one of the craziest fight songs you'll ever hear after the Lions score. I can't even describe it. So hopefully you'll get to hear that on the broadcast at some point. Okay, we will cover everything that happened in Detroit at cleveland.com/Browns.